School just started for most of us. Lots of us have set goals for this uni year, including myself. I think almost everyone takes a good look at themselves before the new school year starts and says, I'm going to make this my best year yet, and I'm going to be the best version of myself I can be. But that's easier said than done, especially if you kinda let go of the goals you've set for yourself after just a few weeks. But I'm not making this video to discourage you. In fact, I want to help you by sharing 7 habits that will improve your school or uni life. These habits are really easy to implement in your daily life, but you will notice that with these tips, you will have a way easier year. You'll be more productive and organized and less stressed out. I personally have been using some of these habits for years now, and they have improved my school life tremendously. Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed to my channel and hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Now, let's get started with the video. In the evening, it might be tempting to simply close your laptop, brush your teeth, and go to bed. But from now on, you're going to want to write down a to-do list in the evening. Writing your to-do list at night will help you to clear your mind in the evening because you can write down everything you have going on in your head, and this makes sure that you will not forget anything the next day. When writing down your to-do list, you can also estimate how much time you'll need for each task. This helps you to estimate what time you need to wake up the following day in order to get everything done. For example, if you need to read 15 more pages before your morning class, you might want to get up a bit earlier to get your reading out of the way. It will also motivate you to wake up and get started with your day because you already know exactly what you need to do the next day. It gives you a bigger reason to get up in the morning because you have to get started on your tasks. Lastly, it saves time in the morning because you don't have to write your to-do list in the morning anymore. Instead of wasting your precious time in the morning writing down a to-do list, you can simply get started on your tasks. When you learn a new language, you learn more than just how to say certain words in a different language. You also learn about other people's culture and about the way they think. By learning a new language, you expand your own world. For years, I've been recommending you the online language classes from Lingoda. With Lingoda, you can learn a language in your own time. They offer different classes throughout the day, so you can attend a class whenever and wherever you want. You can choose between different classes, and you can attend either a small group or a private one-on-one class. The lessons center on improving your skills: speaking, reading, grammar, and vocabulary. Because you're always in a small group, you get lots of chances to speak and to receive personal feedback from a native speaker. Because you get the chance to speak a lot, you learn to actually speak a language with confidence. You can also test your knowledge between the lessons by taking quizzes. Lingoda also offers a sprint challenge. During 2 months, you take lessons daily and get a cashback if you complete the challenge. Take 30 lessons per month for 2 months in the Super Sprint Challenge and get a 100% cashback for attending all the lessons. Or take 15 lessons per month for 2 months in the Sprint Challenge and get a 50% cashback for attending all the lessons. If you want to learn to speak a language with confidence and you want to stay motivated, the Language Sprint is exactly what you need. Click on the link in my description box for more information and use my code WAYS2STUDY for €20 or $25 off your Sprint registration. During quarantine, I didn't have anything to do, so I went outside on long walks every day. This turned out into a habit, and last year, when uni finally opened its doors again, I had a pretty rough year. I was doing a very hard master's degree, and I also did a few extracurriculars at the same time, and it was a bit too much. What really helped me was my daily walking. Every time I went out, I could clear my head and stretch my legs for a bit. For the past 2 years, walking has been my go-to activity to relax and feel better. Walking is such an easy habit to incorporate into your daily routine. It doesn't have to be a long walk to count as a walk. Even if you do a 10-minute walk in the morning, you'll notice the positive effects of it really fast. I highly recommend to find a walking buddy to keep you accountable to do your daily walk outside, and it's also a lot more fun to walk together. My boyfriend is like a golden retriever and he loves to walk outside, so even if I don't feel motivated to walk, he'll drag me off the couch to walk together. If you aren't used to walking, I'd recommend to start with a short walk every day, or if you feel more ambitious, walk for a longer while during the hour you feel a little bit tired or not motivated. For me, that's always the afternoon because I kind of feel sleepy then, so it's the perfect time for a nice walk. Whether you have a stressful year in uni or not, walks will help you to clear your mind and to overall feel better. We actually have lots of time in the day, but a lot of it gets consumed by our phones and laptops. A really easy but hard way to improve your uni life is by putting distracting things away. It's really easy because it is as simple as switching off your phone or putting it in another room. However, it can in fact be a hard thing to do that because of phone addictions. The best thing to combat a phone addiction is by making a habit out of putting your phone away for certain hours of the day, for example in the morning. I've talked about this plenty of times, but I always keep my phone switched off for the first few hours of the day. This makes sure that I can start my day on the right track and I get to work on school and other projects without being distracted as much. It feels very liberating to be phone-free in my mornings, and I highly recommend everyone to try this for themselves. You could also try to entirely switch off your phone for certain hours of the day, for example during the afternoon, or to store your phone in another room so you can focus on other things. Phones and laptops are not the only distracting things. Other things can be distracting too, for example studying in your own home. It can get distracting because you keep thinking about other things you have to do in your house. For example, I think a lot about doing chores while I should be studying, and if this sounds similar to you, it might be a good idea to leave such a distracting place and study in the library, in uni, in a cafe, or another quiet place where you can focus. People could be distracting too. Maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend is distracting you while you should be doing something else. Always let them know when you need some time alone to study. If it's still hard to not get distracted, then maybe study in another place. To sum this all up, find out what the things are that distract you and try to find a way to put those distractions away or leave the distractions yourself. Studying is not a lot of fun, which makes it very hard to stay motivated all the time, especially if you are alone all the time. It requires a lot of motivation from within you. You have to be the one that sits down, opens their books, and starts studying. It can be difficult if you have to do this all the time. This is why I recommend creating a study group or finding a study buddy. Creating a study group will make studying a lot more enjoyable, and the study group will keep you accountable to study. You don't need to find the motivation within you to study anymore, because there will be an outside factor that is keeping you accountable to get your stuff and go study. Just like I said before, studying is not a lot of fun. It can be pretty hard to motivate yourself to study, and the best way to beat that is by simply turning studying into a habit. The easiest way to turn studying into a habit is by creating a daily routine to follow. Having a study routine will make your student life easier, because you'll know exactly when it's time to study. Establish your study routine by setting certain times to study, for example from 9 to 5. You could also switch study places, for example you can study at home from 9 to 12, and then in a cafe from 12 to 3, and then at home again from 3 to 5. Having a routine that you feel comfortable with will make it so much easier to get the studying done without feeling like you're doing a massive and invincible chore every time. Make an outline or syllabus for study contents and stick to it. Personally, sometimes I struggle with fear of failure, and this can be pretty overwhelming because I always feel like I've never done enough, even though I study quite a lot. What helps to handle this fear of failure and also to get more organized is to create an outline of all the study material for the block or semester. Once you have finished everything on this list, you can confidently say that you have done everything you could have done. It will make you much more organized in your daily studies because you'll also know exactly what you need to do on a daily basis. These are the 7 habits that will improve your school or uni life. Just as I've said in the beginning of this video, these habits are from my own personal experience, and they have made my life in university less stressful, more organized, and more fun. These habits are super easy to implement in your everyday life, so definitely use this video as an inspiration for yourself and maybe try one or more of these habits yourself. If you like this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to leave a comment to let me know if you liked it and what habit helps you to get through school or uni. Make sure that you are subscribed and hit the notification bell to get a notification whenever my next video is live. That's all for today. Bye!